Yeah, we never know when we're live. Happens. What is up, Jeromes? We are back. Happy Thursday out there, everyone, everywhere. It's the daily Jeromes live stream, Monday through Thursday, 11 a.m. Central Time. Friday, so we're actually taking tomorrow off. Got some ish to do, but a couple bonuses. We're going to be live streaming at least the first half of Chiefs Texans tonight. Andy likes going to bed early, so we'll see how long we last. But we'll hang out, we'll talk, eat some soup, be good times. As well as Sunday, the Packers coming into historic US Bank Stadium, 11 a.m. Central Time. We're just gonna do like hour-ish live stream. And it'll be a good time. We'll just hang out, shoot the breeze. Really no plan, but we'll do that. So it'll be a lot of fun. Thanks for coming in today. A lot to talk about. The Danielle Hunter drama is going on, as well as there's a game. Yeah, there's a game going on. Just absolutely crazy. We got some Q&A. We got some live chat. We'll do a couple shout outs here in a second, and just good times. So I'm still a little bit bummed out about Danielle Hunter. I mean, how can you not be? But also, the Yannick trade makes sense. The Afadi-Odenigbo, where Afadi was going to replace Everson. There was a plan there. It was going to be Afadi and Danielle. Then Danielle went down. Then Yannick came in. A little bit frustrating that the Danielle injury happened like hours after news broke that Everson was signing with the Cowboys, but it is what it is. So, yeah, I think the Vikings will still have a decent pass rush. I'm much more concerned about that defensive interior as well as the offensive line. I mean, there's much more concerning issues, which seems weird given that you're taking the best edge rush in the NFL off the field, right? You're taking your best player away from the team, but next man up. Let's go. You want to support the work, hit purplefdw.com/support, as well as the Discord up in the top left corner is the link to the Discord. Join over there. It's basically a 24/7 live stream. Also, we have the Survivor pool. Let's see if we can get this going. All right, so last day to get into the Survivor pool because there's a game tonight. Password is taco. If you get off the main screen, we're giving away $100 in purple for the win merchandise for the last person standing there. We currently have, let's see how many people we have in there. I think it was like 160 some. No, hit the wrong button. All right, so if you don't know what Survivor is, you pick a team to win every week. You can't use the same team more than once a season. Pretty easy. We have 181 users in there. I will let you know that I picked the Bills to beat the Jets week 1. That's a freebie. There you go. Also, yeah, it's straight up. There's no lines. There's nothing involved. It's really easy. It's a lot of fun. So go check that out. All right. So let's see here. What do we have going on? So sorry, 2 seconds. I just uploaded the Vikings Packers preview video, which is going to be debuting tomorrow morning. So just wanted to check out all of that stuff. But yeah, I hope you're having a great week. I love that the weather is cooling down and it just feels like football weather, man. Here in the great state of Minnesota. Hunting season coming up. Pumpkin spice lattes are out for the ladies. It's good. It's good times. Why do all good things happen in the fall? That's all I know. Yeah, because Christmas almost happens in the fall, technically, because the first day of winter is December 22nd. So just so if they extended fall 3 more days, fall is the perfect season. It is, because I know in Minnesota a lot of people goes deep into the rain. Oh, yeah. So man, yeah, this is a weird season for fantasy football because everyone's sleepers. No one has any idea because there's no preseason. I love it. So people all in on J.K. Dobbins, people all in on Antonio Gibson, people all in on Michael Pittman Jr. No one knows anything, and it's gonna be great because I'm not gonna lie, I haven't really been paying attention to fantasy, but no. All right, so let's get into this. We got some Q&A. We got a bunch of them, as well as we got Preacher Paul in the chat. We got Purple Rain. We got all the regulars. What's going on? Yeah. Next up is, first up is Oakview. Because I'm Mccown, I just want to get paid to be the emergency quarterback. That is a pretty damn sweet deal. So Josh McCown, who is... Oh, sorry, the first day winner is on the 21st. Not close enough. All right, so Josh McCown is like 47,000 years old, and he was the backup quarterback for the Eagles. I think he'll get into... I think he'll get into coaching eventually, but they're basically paying him to be on the practice squad. They're giving him $12,000 a year. Sorry, $12,000 a week, which is even better. To sit at home in Texas, and if poop hits the fan, like, he'll come in. Like, he's their quarantine quarterback, and it's just hilarious. But it is what it is. And also, I just hate to see the Eagles just being ravaged by injury. Last year, not great. And last year, their secondary got so bad that they had to claim and start Marcus Epps. Remember him, the safety from Wyoming? Marcus Epps had so much confidence coming in from Wyoming because he got to pick off Josh Allen 17 times at every single practice. It was great for Craig Bull, former NDSU, great coach. But, yeah, the Eagles... Brandon Brooks goes down, Pro Bowl guard. Andre Dillard, who's going to be their left tackle. I mean, he's really good. He blows out a bicep, and now they have Jason Peters, who they re-signed to be their right guard. Now they kicked him over the left tackle. Carson Wentz is always just a stiff breeze away from being out for multiple weeks. So, I don't know, maybe Mccown will get on the field. You don't know. Big Richard Nick. I have a lot of confidence in Fadi and Yannick to step up with Daniil on IR. How do you feel about it? I'm on IR because I have a tweak. Oh, yeah, because we also asked, why are you on the injury report? Except tweak, not like a muscle or neck tweak. We're talking about like a meth tweak. Yeah, you're going to be on there longer than 3 weeks. Yeah, I'm fired up for Fadi. Glad he's getting a shot. The whole fool's gold thing. But, yeah, it also did turn out that the Yannick trade was more about Daniil than it was ever about Fadi, because I initially, when it looked like when we were being led to believe that Daniil was going to be good to go week 1, just being precautious with his neck hamstring injury, full body injury. I want to know what the hell happened, by the way. Was it a drill? Was it in practice? Was it something outside of football? Who knows? And then also, like, I thought that bringing in Yannick, it made a lot more sense because of Fadi. Not because of Fadi, but just because you could add a pass rusher of that caliber for nothing, essentially. So our video of the 5 edge rushers available for the Vikings, and then I just put Jared Allen on there. Jared Allen is younger than Cameron Wake by a couple of months. And yes, Cameron Wake played last year. Jared's been out of the league for a couple, but, actually, it would be more realistic to see if B-Rob wanted to come out of retirement. Because remember when the Vikings cut B-Rob, it was after camp. Was that 2 years ago? And he still wanted to play, man. And he was ready to go in 2018 camp. But they decided to part ways, didn't make the 53-man rooster. So, man, Brian Robinson's kept in shape, too. Like, he's definitely not going to let himself become a fat fisherman. He's one of those in-shape fisher guys. Yeah. Next up is Brett Vuvizzalis. I've read that Daniil Hunter most likely won't play on Sunday. Is that true? Who do you see starting opposite Yannick? That is true. And it's going to be... I think if Fadi's going to lead the way in snaps, I think Yannick will have to play more than was initially thought, as well as I think Jalen Holmes will see the field quite a bit as well. Eric Hansen, is obese a way to end up on the injury report? And players have done it. I mean, I'm sure Bryant McKinney was on the or missed games or missed practices because of that. Bro down 64. I got a boob on my finger. That's why. Just a hangnail. Kevin McDermott's like, bitch. Caden, generally and honestly, does Johnson have what it takes to be a wide receiver 2 on this exceptionally strong Vikings team? Will wide receiver be week 1 for the Vikings this year? Also, where the week yeah, I think BC does have what it takes to be a very solid number 2 receiver. I think that we're talking about like possession-ish type guys. I think we're talking about like Jake Reed adjacent. But yeah, BC, we got a little taste of him last year. I think that he will expand and grow. He's not giving up that wide receiver 2 spot easily. Jefferson will obviously still get his, but Ole BC Johnson does have a lot of talent. And like I've said a bunch of this offseason, like 5 years from now, the Vikings 1-2 wide receivers are Jefferson and BC. I would be shocked. Next, weak points Vikings need to address next year draft free agency. No idea. It's like we got a full football season. World 2 General Vince Vaughn. O-line. Sioux Falls, South Dakota is an underrated place to be. Love it here. Is there actually a waterfall? Because it would make sense if... there you go. Falls Park. What did they do? Build a golf course around it? I've actually never been to Sioux Falls. Probably check that off the box. Here there's really good pheasant hunting. Yeah, but is that really a waterfall? Or is that more water going over some rocks? Like, I feel like there should be... Oh, is this it? This looks like an artist rendition. Oh, is this it? I feel like if a waterfall doesn't kill you if you go over it, it's not a waterfall. I feel like that should be the line of demarcation. And I feel like we should test it out with Packer fans. No, it's too far. Man. I love Packer Week, man. Also, be nice to the Packer fans as long as they come respectful. We've seen a bunch of them in the chats and the comments, so just chill. Stan Morales, who's winning a fight, Chris Rock or Chris Tucker? Chris Tucker's obviously got the reach, but I think Chris Rock just came off like a bad divorce, like a super bad divorce. So he's probably got some pent up anger, and yeah, I think that Chris Rock would win. Charlie Boltman, I see this number, and it looks like you only paid me enough for 13 weeks. Why is the local media trying to make something out of nothing with the Neil's contract? Local media. At least wait until the player puts out a narrative first. There's nothing in Hunter's camp. Yeah, I don't think this is a contract issue at all. I was unaware of like local media trying to make that into a thing. Usually I'm the one who makes that into a thing, and I'm just like, nah, no. Luke K. My girlfriend and I are picking up our corgi this weekend. Do you have any advice on training a puppy that people may not know? I've always thought that positive reinforcement works better than negative. But yeah, you understand how people can get frustrated and then just like goes all negative. People do that a lot with kids too. But so dogs, like they're different than humans in that if you're training them to do something, it has to be this. Well, maybe they're not so different than humans, but if you're training them to do something, whether it's pee outside, sit, shake, speak, roll over, reward them for that specific thing. It has to be they do the action, there's the reward, do the action, do the reward, repeat that, and yeah, just have a lot of fun. Puppies are awesome. Evan Gastonway, do you think if Matthew Stafford and Chase Daniel got abducted by aliens, will they trust Kyle Sluter to start, or will they go out and get David Blau or some sort of free agent? They drafted someone, didn't they? Or am I mistaken? Or am I thinking about the Colts? Yeah. So David Blau is on the practice squad, and he's a protected practice squad guy. Yeah, the Vikings haven't announced who they're protecting besides Chase McLaughlin. Yeah. Next up is World War II General Vince Vaughn. Can't wait until the game tomorrow. Who do you think wins? It might be interesting. So tonight, Chiefs are favored by 9.5. I think with the weird offseason, I think that continuity is going to be big. Chiefs really do have that. So I think the Chiefs will roll over the Texans. Texans weren't that great of a team to begin with, and then they got rid of Nuke. I do worry about Deshaun Watson's health, that offensive line they put out there besides Tunsil. Yeah, so give me Chiefs. Give me Chiefs 31, Texans 20. So they cover and take care of business. It's gonna be fun. Luke K. Best topping for tacos. Oh yeah. Also, I still like. So football is obviously happening, and the NFL has done phenomenal. Knock on wood with the whole COVID testing thing, but you still see like articles from national media jabronis just like, oh well, no. Like Florio's the worst at that. We're just like he was actively rooting for there not to be an NFL season. Like it's just odd. Like, yes, be cautious, but also, I mean, yeah, sure. No. Luke K, best topping for tacos. Does Cholula count? Cholula's great, man. It's the best topping. I would say I'm always a big like texture guy, so having something fresh, something crunchy on there is always great. I usually do like a vinegary cilantro slaw. So you got cilantro. Oh, so you can have cilantro, and then you take like a fennel bulb, and you just toss it in there with a little bit of vinegar, maybe a little bit of sweetness in there as well. That's really good as well. Oh, you can take like a really good like tart apple, like a Pink Lady apple or like a Granny Smith apple. Dice that up in there too, which is really good. Like, so I like soft shell corn tortilla tacos, except you heat up the corn shell where it's almost like a hard shell, right? So just really go overboard so that's all so it almost breaks when you fold it. And I know I'm a big like tacos al pastor or even just like old school ground beef, just like let's go. Jake Oberg, 28K, congrats. Oh yeah, we got 28,000 subscribers. It's all because of you guys growing and showing. But like I said, the more we grow, the more jabronis come in, which I don't really like. And God, what was it? A couple days ago, someone was bitching about, oh, why you be such a homer? It's like, well, A, you're new. B, I like doing it the way that we do it because it's fun. Like the Jeromes get the bit, and I'd rather stay a small channel than be like, oh, and then just no. Screw that. I only do this for fun. Brett Vuvizzalis. Do you think we will sign Yannick to a long-term extension after this year, or will it just be a one-year rental? I don't know. It depends on Fadi. So, again, knock on wood, fingers crossed, everything is going to be good to go with Daniil long-term, which probably should be. Although, I want Zimmer to take a look at. God, don't want to name names. Or like so, someone just recently passed away. We'll just say that for example. Like someone just died, and then Zimmer's like, it's just a tweak, right? Or it was mostly peaceful. It was a mostly peaceful tweak, mostly tweakful. God. So yeah, Daniil's obviously going to be good to go long term. If Fadi really steps up as a full-time starter, and he has like a 70 pressure, 10.5 sack season, sign a Fadi. Probably sign for less than Yannick. As well, Fadi's going to be restricted free agent next year anyway. But if they want to get out ahead of things, ink him up to a long-term deal, which they've done before, because like Thielen was on his restricted free agent deal before he got his first contract, so it's been done before. Chase and Gelke, he's on the IR because of erectile dysfunction. IRED. Brian Kayukin, why does it seem we always play against the Packers without vital players on our defense? It'd be what it be. You would think that you would be healthy for week 1, but no. And also, yeah, the whole BS thing about the Vikings, we have no players on our injury report. There's nothing to talk about here. Bullshit. God. So, yeah, Zimmer doesn't have to tell anyone anything about injuries, blah, blah, blah. It's got to be super secretive because he's trying to be all Belichick-y out here. But it doesn't mean that we can't be frustrated by it. Just so stupid. Anyways, let's Oh, there's some hot Apple talk in the chat. Let us know where you're watching from. We'll give a couple of shout outs. Pulford Skull. It's time to take I think it's time for Slick Rick to pick up the phone and trade Barr to Denver, save $7.8 million next year. Von Miller is done for the year. I mean, Denver is desperate. I mean, they're even talking about, hey, signing Clay Matthews. So initially, after Daniil went down, I was just, because we talked in the offseason, because when they brought on Dom Capers and Clay stupid shovel-faced Matthews was out there, they're just like, I can't do it. I just can't do it. Samson Romaine, too many Four Loko seltzers, so I don't remember why I'm injured. But one more, and I should be able to play, coach. Are you a big Scotch guy? Any favorites? Thanks, Andy Skull, baby. I'm not that big of a Scotch guy. Like, I like drinking Scotch, but I don't have a discerned enough palate to be like, well, this is this, or this is aged this. So like a Mccown 12 for special occasions is really good. Lafroig, not Lagavulin, although that's good too. But like Lafroig it's the one that's really mossy and like peaty, or like really smoky, where it tastes like you're drinking a campfire. Which those are really good. But yeah, I don't really have like hard and fast opinions about Scotch. Now bourbon, Stanley Morris. If Kirk was a plant, what kind of plant would he be? He'd be like one of those plastic succulents. Actually, plastic succulent would be a great name for a band. I think we should start that up. Zimmer would be Spielman would be a Venus flytrap. Zimmer would be like a tobacco plant, but with cactus spikes, like a spiky backy. Westworld. Louder for the people in back. What's the point of keeping both Abdullah and Osborne? I don't know. I really don't know. Like, unless they think that Abdullah is going to be used more as a receiver, I think that it is redundant. Well, hell, we'll throw BB in there too, because if Osborne is going to be the kick returner and punt returner, which it sounds like he is, I think they are burning extra roster spots on Abdullah and BB. I think Abdullah would get through waivers. I think BB probably would too, unless teams are just like seduced by how much we got to get Beebs and Beebs accessories involved. Right. Couple shouts. Preach ball, hauling up for all y'all rolling through Fargo. NDSU representing. I do basketball, St. Paul in the Hizzy. Seth V. Herman, Skull from Moorhead. What is up? Thomas Hayes, Boston, Mass. Where's the Four Loko Slam? Man, that was like 2 years ago. Rachel and Ivory, Skull from St. Paul. What up? Scoldress Soup, Brooklyn Center, up Norte. Well, northern suburbs, you know what I mean. Travis watching from Flake, Skull, Stanley Morris, Scranton, PA, Devon A. Toff, Brentwood up to no good, Drabrisky from Trempealeau, Preacher Paul, it's Fargo, North Dakota. Oh yeah, is there any other Fargo? Well, everyone just thinks Fargo's in Minnesota because of the movie and the TV show. That's a good TV show though. I do like shows that are like anthology, so like each season is a self-contained story. Plus, I think it's cool when they use the same actors in different roles. Travian Granderson, Sacktown, what up? Stanley Morris, Scranton, Pennsylvania. Wait, no, I said that one. John Johnson, Skull from Rochester. I'm back. What's up, babe? Cyberboy123, Skull from the Inland Empire in California. What's going on? I like that every place on Earth is cooling down in the Northern Hemisphere except for Los Angeles is still like 120. Eric Hansen, Skull from Arlington. What is up? And Violet Valkyrie, Skull from Grand Forks. Caleb Goldsmith, Skull from Iowa. Respect that Skull, West Fargo. What's going on? Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for coming along on the live stream. And yeah, conspiracy theories starting to abound about the Daniil thing. So we haven't had full confirmation about the neck thing because, so it was Courtney Cronin who reported on the neck. So then in turn, ESPN is all up on the neck. But it still doesn't explain, from what we've been hearing, as well as doesn't explain why he was limping on the Monday live stream. So the fact that Zimmer downplaying the injury the entire time. And yeah, I do get the angles like, well, they're downplaying it so they could get Yannick for cheap. But I mean, no one else was in the Yannick Derby, and they wanted to get rid of him before the start of the season. Otherwise, he was going to decrease even further in value. So the Vikings were the only game in town. They weren't going to bid against themselves. They're not stupid like Matt Nagy of the Bears bidding to get up from 3 to 2 for Mitchell Trubisky-Ponder. No. So, and also after they secured Ngakoue, like what was the point of it to be like, oh, it's just a tweak. It's no big deal. It's precautionary. It's just a tweak. And then also, the Vikings pulling off that dirty thing was like, all right, so Daniil was at practice, but now he's on IR, so we don't have to list him on the practice report, so we don't have to specifically say what his injury is or what his timetable estimation would be. I mean, there's just so much smoke that it does seem like there's a fire going on. It just seems like there's something being covered up. I mean, conspiracies going on, man. It's a conspiracy, man. Tom Limbeck, Skull from Mendon, New York. What is up? Dan Stans, Fergus Falls. Samson Romaine, Skull from Afton. You have delicious apples. Dean Barley, Northern Minnesota. All right. Everyone, thanks for coming along. Let's hear. Pull for Skull. Please tell me I'm not the only one who believes in Fadi, Ademo, and Yannick to hold things down for fine. Yeah, it's fine. Signed Derek Tuska ASAP. Yeah, we talked about him in the video. He's on the Broncos practice squad. Frankly, I would have preferred him to Kenny Willekes. He was a stud edge rusher from NDSU. World War II General Vince Vaughn. Too much chicken choking if you catch my drift. You can go on IR for that, I suppose. Logan Eggendorfer, a broken foot. Boring. Cyberbilly123, my mom put vodka in my orange juice box, so now I have alcohol poisoning. Your mom's evil, man. Over under. How many sacks Elfline and Reef give up on Sunday? I'll put the over under at 1.5. Actually, pressures would be better. I'll put the over under there at 6.5 combined. Joseph Godfrey, who do you see stepping up on Sunday on offense? Well, Theon's going to get all the attention from Petton, a.k.a. Rick from Pawn Stars. Jair Alexander probably be on 19, follow him around. So it'll give a big opportunity for BC Johnson, Irv Smith, as well as Justin friggin' Jefferson. Let him roam. Let him do great things. Westworld. Vikings depth at the end, every other team. Yeah, sure. I mean, how many teams would lose their apex pass rusher and still be feeling okay? Like, I know that league-wide, nationwide, people don't know about Afadi. People are going to find out about Afadi. Damn straight. Yeah, potentially impacting him, especially like if he missed significant time this year on his hunt for 200. Unfortunately, he's young still. Stan Morris, I'm on the injury report because I was a high school hero at a single A school, so my letter frame and average physique would cause me to be steamrolled, and the report would read flattened. It's better than 9-man. Although, was it Chad Greenway played like 7-man football out in South Dakota? So, yeah, you'll be fine. Bawa Taba, is Yannick a 1-year rental? I would say the odds of him resigning here are 40%. Because there's other factors involved. Like if Fadi steps up, probably doesn't resign here. Maybe he doesn't get the deal that he wants. Vikings could always just franchise tag him if they don't use the tag on Dalvin or Harris again. Landon Miller. I'm on the injury report because I got paint remover in my eyes. Yeah. If I get 10 sacks this year, will you do a film room on me? Yes. Yes, we will. Griffin Creer, are you a little annoyed at the coaching staff for how they downplayed Daniil Hunter's injury? Just a little. Torrey Hansen. I'd probably be on the injury report for my luck something lower body. And how many sacks do you think we will get on Aaron Rodgers on Sunday without Hunter? Sucks about the lower body. But, yeah, it's like hockey designation. So, like they would categorize Lieutenant Dan as having a lower body injury. I think Rodgers will be pressured 12 times and sacked 4.5. 3.5 by Fadi and Yannick combined. Eric Hansen. Because I blew coverage on a critical play, and I need to blame it on something other than my lack of talent. Oh, never mind. My name is Xavier. Get to see him next Sunday. It's going to be great. Landon Miller. Actually, do they list him as a starter? Yeah, they do. Rocky Sin, Kenny Moore, legend. Bring it. Sounds like a cheap hookah. That was my mother's name. Landon Miller. Unfortunately, I won't be able to make the stream because me and a few other Jeromes are now starting high school. Wish us luck. Good luck. One on 3 downs. Could a Fadi still kick inside and have Yannick and Cheeseburger Eddie on the outside? Yes. Number 3, favorite non-Viking ever. Mahomes is getting up there. Favorite non-Viking ever. Jerry No, not even close. I did like Barry Sanders. Barry Sanders was the man. So Barry Sanders. I did like Dion too. Maybe I just have a thing for Sanders. I don't like Bernie though. But yeah, Barry. Oh wait, no, hold on. Garth Brooks. So there was this big controversy that went down. When did this happen? It was like a couple months ago. So in the primary. So people saw, and of course people like to get upset over anything because recreational outrage is still a thing. So Garth Brooks went, I believe it was in Detroit. It was at a concert, and he came out wearing a Barry Sanders jersey. And everyone sees Sanders 20, and then all of a sudden, oh, it's Bernie Sanders 2020. Obviously, Garth Brooks is throwing his oversized cowboy hat into the ring and getting into politics. How dare he talk about politics? But it was a Barry Sanders jersey because apparently he and Barry Sanders both were at Oklahoma State at the same time, or something to that degree, or whatever. But it's just so funny, man. It's just people get so pissed about things that don't matter. It's just funny. Next up, World Tour John Van Spawn. Andy, have you caved to enjoying seltzers? What is your beverage of choice you predict to be drinking on the first football Sunday? So seltzer water, yeah. Like LaCroix are good. There's a brand called Polar. So not the bottles, but like the cans. Yeah, so these are actually good. Like they still have 0 calories and 0 sugar and 0 whatnot, but they actually do have like some semblance of flavor. Whereas LaCroix, it's like if like a lemon farted on while driving by your house. That's what LaCroix tastes like. But yeah, these ones are actually pretty good. They're at Costco. Get it. Haven't gone to the hard seltzer yet. Like, yeah, I know that people are trying to cut down on calories and carbs, but I mean, how often are you drinking, man? Like, if you're going to drink, like, have some liquor, have a beer, enjoy yourself. I mean, does anyone really enjoy drinking like a Truly or a White Claw, really? No? Have a beer. Live your life. What beverage choice will be drinking on the first football Sunday? Well, I don't really drink while watching football either. Which is odd, because I'm usually alone, and if you drink while you're alone, probably have some issues. So probably just hot coffee, some water. That's it. Yeah. Ethan Griffith. Oh, one of those Polars? Shit. Ethan Griffith. Rick Dennison is messing up Bradbury's development by surrounding him with trash. Guards. Some could argue that that's what happened to Elflein his rookie year. Because Elflein had the immortal Mike Remmers. Noted very good right guard Mike Remmers, as well as Tom Compton. Just like, hey, get out there. Get out there. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. It's fine. Get out there. Yeah. I mean, a center really is only as good as their guards. So, yeah. Andrew Hansen. How many pressures and sacks will Afadi have in Hunter's absence? Well, see, 3 games. So, Afadi will have 5 sacks and 16 pressures. I'm on IR with separated ribs from laughing at how bad we beat the Packers even without Hunter. 44-6. Actually, no, my final score prediction. Well, you have to tune in Friday. That's a tease. Brett Vuvizzalis. How long do you think Danielle Hunter will be out for? I want to say 3 games, except I know that's probably not going to be true. I would not be shocked if the entire season Zimmer's talks about it's a tweak, it's a tweak, it's a tweak, it's a tweak, and then all of a sudden it's week 12 and they're just like, well, what the shit? I would say over under 8 weeks, which just blows. I actually do believe the theory that it is multiple injuries. Next up is, because if it is multiple injuries, that would explain the neck report as well as why he was limping. Next up is Brett Vuvizzalis. How long? Oh, no. Stanley Morris. So here's the thought regarding the practice squad call-ups on game days. If it hit their 2 free passes on a player, can they cut them from the practice squad for a week, bring someone else in, and cut the player, bring back the original player, and have the 2-week pass start over again the player, or does it roll through cuts? I don't know. I think it likely would be 2 total per season per team, per player. So I don't think it resets. Andy Maxfield. Everyone is saying how massive a day Aaron Rodgers is going to have on Sunday. Also saw that he projected to have 400-plus yards and 4 touchdowns when he did that a combination 2 times last year. Thoughts? No, not going to happen. Who's he going to throw it to? Because Devontae Adams is going to be triple-teamed, even though he would barely make the practice squad in this team. Oh, yeah, people get mad, too. So, yeah, in the comments. Also, I've decided I'm just going to be way more petty in the comments. So, yeah, tune into those because you might see me just, like, pin something or just, like, flippantly respond. But it depends if they catch me in a bad mood. Yeah, people get mad. It's like, well, how can you talk about Aaron Rodgers like that or Devontae Adams like that? It was like, I'm a Vikings fan. I'm like the best Vikings fan that anyone's ever seen, and I think that they're good. Like, how can you be a Vikings fan and think that they're actually good? Yeah, in a vacuum, sure. Is Devontae Adams decent? Aight. Is he top 15 in the league? Sure. Is he as good as Thielen? No. And also, I mean, Aaron Rodgers, I mean, sure. He may be good except for the steady decline since he walked into a bar. Look at the numbers. Look at his QBR. Look at his quarterback rating. Look at his PFF grade. Look at his DVOA. Is he still better than, I don't know, Kaepernick? Yes. Despite what Madden says. Sure. Is he still better than, who's starting on there? That's really bad. Probably Sam Darnold. Yeah. Actually, I like Sam Darnold. Next up, Seth V. Herman. I'm on the injury report because of inflammation. Is that possible? Can you do that? But you'll have to talk to Suge if you want any more details. Yeah, I also hate Zimmer passing the buck on that. Like, I get it. He's trying to be Belichick. He's trying to be like his mentor Parcells, who's also Belichick's mentor. I get it, but what's your go-to snack tonight for the first night of football? I think we're making soup. I'm going to make the wife chicken broccoli cheddar, as well as we're going to make beer cheese soup for the video. So we decided to call our cooking segment the hot dish, because why not? It's going to be very low production, but we'll see. This is going to be a mess. It's going to be fun. So, yeah, every week this season, we're going to do a cooking segment on a dish inspired by the opponent. So week 1, beer cheese soup. Week 2 at Indianapolis, I think we decided like a pork tenderloin sandwich. Like, there is no cuisine in Indiana. Like, it's not known for anything. Figure it out. World War II General Vince Vaughn. Why did Skittles decide to make commercials about milking a giraffe for Skittles? Seems unsanitary and gross. They're just trying to normalize giraffe milk because they invested heavily in the giraffe dairy industry. Charlie Boltman. 3 rookies that will disappoint fans in year 1, and 3 rookies you think will surprise most people. Andrew Thomas. Wait, is this screw it. I'm just going to pick one. I think Okuda could be trash, even though I love him. Thomas and Simmons will be fine. Surprising. Well, Dancer is the obvious choice, but I do like the Iowa cornerback, Ujaminette. I didn't figure out how to pronounce his name in the draft season. That was my bad. Yeah, man, Willie Gay was a stud. Why did he fall into the draft? Like, Willie Gay is the freaking man. Yeah, because, like, watching Dancer film as well as Brian Cole is like, oh, yeah, that guy making all the plays, he's good. All right. Got more? Oh, two more. Jeff Brookshaw. Hello, Jerome. Remember the last time the Packers were in US Bank Stadium, Vikings would play in the Super Bowl if they had not been trounced by the Eagles. It's a troll. LJ Sneets. Given that Hunter Pierce are now out, do you agree with the front office making win now roster moves by training for Yannick when it clearly ends their season? Well, who says? I mean, the season hasn't started yet, man. Would it be the worst thing in the world to have a down year, let the young guys get some experience and go all in 2020, 2021? Yes. Because you have Cousins. You have potentially the final year of Dalvin. You have a very talented roster in a very winnable division. And there's, like, who scares you in the NFC? Like, who is the Chiefs or Ravens of the NFC? Like, you scared of the Niners? You scared about the Dream Team Patchwork Bucks? No. So, yeah, the Vikings have a massive opportunity now, this year. And I think that packing up the tent just because Hunter might miss a couple weeks with his mystery injury. Michael Pierce opted out because of the Rona. We'll be fine. Vikings couldn't stop the run before. I mean, they're used to it now without Michael Pierce. So everything will be good to go. All right, so that is it. That is the live stream. Again, no live stream tomorrow. Sorry, Jeromes will be back on Monday on the regular daily stream. But also tonight, 7 p.m. Should be on the schedule already. We'll be live streaming at least the first half of the game. Chiefs-Texans. It's going to be a lot of fun. So come along. You guys are the best. See you then. Skol. Production value.